Oh, good morning, RBN. I needed you to be here. Good.
The
And
FBA
it's going
RN.
to cost you something. Even having a good man is going to cost you something, and that's going to be amplified if you live with him. Because what you have to realize is that men are raised in a world where they believe that women are to serve them, even if they are good. He can be kind, he can be helpful, he can be a provider, but he's still going to have the expectation that you manage that home and that you assist with managing and regulating his emotions. Because then you're not just his partner, you become his manager, you become the planner. That is that invisible labor. That is that emotional labor, that physical labor, that financial labor, that spiritual labor that oftentimes you don't even realize you're putting into living in this household with this man. This isn't about hating men. This is about how a woman's peace grows differently when her home answers only to her. A man-free home is not anti-love. It's choosing peace over performance.
Spoken like a true person with no husband.
She's not saying what he does. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly, never that. And but this is what they listen to, which is how we get to these numbers with a bunch of women with a bunch of baby daddies. But
was she speaking? Was she saying truthful or a lie?
It's
it might have been true, and no, it might be true, but she's also neglecting what the guy does because it may be that way for her, but then he's doing something that because guys, we usually don't complain. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm generalizing there, but some of us guys don't really complain. Like I don't say anything when my wife does all the stuff that I think is negative until it blows up, and then then I throw it in her face and we get an argument. So but anyways, but she's obviously just focusing on just me. That's what, to me, that's what it sounds like.
She's not even married, I promise you. It's usually unmarried people saying these things who know so much about being in a household with a man and hasn't been in a household with one.
One philosophy that I live by is women are experts at teaching other women how to be single.
Yes, you're right.
Maybe I just didn't
experts at giving the absolute worst advice.
Because I agree
and
I
teaching them how to be
single. Crystal, I did too.
I do.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Before I let it play, what you got to say?
She says these things with this sweet voice.
With the original video?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's exactly where that Satan talks to you. You got to hear these demons for who the fuck they are.
I was going to say, all I heard was negativity.
That's it. It's pure negativity, but the way it's being said, right? When you live in a house with a man, and he doesn't comprehend that you're this man, because now you become his manager. Who the fuck you gonna manage?
Right. Who are you going to manage? But then when you compare it to the woman that we watched yesterday, her idea of management is to cuss out a 1-year-old and then defend it with tooth and nail, to say that she's right to curse out any child, but specifically the 1-year-old, because the 1-year-old is not doing what they're supposed to do, which is the only thing they're supposed to be doing is running around. Those are the people that should be causing chaos. The only people that should be causing chaos are 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, if you heard of the terrible twos, 3-year-olds, and by the time they get to be 5, you should be preparing them to go to school to be in public, and they should be pretty much calming down from when they were 1-year-old and 2-year-old, if that makes sense. But no. But I'm sorry.
People are spoiled, man.
I don't think people are spoiled. I just think people are ignorant.
No, they're spoiled. They absolutely spoiled because they don't have to go tote water from the village pipe to their fucking house.
Yeah. We talked about that too.
They don't have to worry about being ran over on the road while they toting this water down the block. They don't have to.
They're slaves. These are slaves. These are slaves, y'all. But let me let them finish.
That's something maybe I'm not understanding because I agree with exactly everything that you said.
Too, Crystal. I did too.
Which is like, again, it could be true, but she's obviously neglecting what he does, because then you could be saying, like, if you're saying he's contributing nothing in a relationship.
She didn't say that. She didn't say that.
So what she's saying is this, and what she says is absolutely true. Now, there is a cost for a man to be with a woman, absolutely. there is a cost for a woman to be with a man. And unfortunately, women are often raised in the fantasy, in the euphoria of love. And when they actually get into the relationship and have to pay the price, they become very dissatisfied. Since you all love data, here's a great data point for you. Most women, not most, many women who get divorced do not want to remarry. Most men who get divorced want to remarry, because women became, which is a lot of reason why women are the large majority of people who file for divorce. They stay with a man 10, 15, 20 years, particularly if they have young children. They want to raise their young children inside that household. But my only point to say that is we have got to stop teaching women about this fantasy. It is setting them up for failure, and start telling them, listen, marriage is going to be a situation where you are going to get great benefit, but you are also going to have to give a lot for that great benefit. And when
So first of all, can you talk to me about what she said, that once women file for the divorce, so she acknowledges that part, that they never want to get married again, but men be dying to get married again?
No, incorrect.
I heard that.
Incorrect, because once men realize that this is what the fuck is the real deal is, I'm sitting here, I'm going to labor life and love for you, and you turn around to say because I didn't put the fucking toilet seat down, you want to bang out?
I wanted to start laughing when she said that. No disrespect to her, but I'm just like, who is she talking to?
She's men that have, imagine paying imagine being a regular average dude, blue collar dude, pulling in 90 bands, right? You pull in 90 bands a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get divorced. You got to pay alimony. So now this woman is sucking bread out your pocket, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why they don't want to get married anymore. That would make sense.
She didn't even think about this month. And if you have a kid, then you're playing chisel. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You're paying some chisel to somebody somewhere. So now you got to pay chisel and alimony. So now my nanny, right, comes down to maybe 60, 75, that range, right?
Right.
You think I want to go and do it again so my 75 can turn into 45? She's not even smart enough to comprehend that dynamic. She didn't even see it down that line. When she's talking from emotion.
But aren't the marriage rates down? Our marriage rates are down. So where's all this marriage coming in at?
Marriage is down.
All over, all across the board, but definitely for black people.
Simply because just like women hustle babies and put babies on men, it's the same way they hustle the marriage game too. And I know Cole Smith was a real person that we watched.
Yep, absolutely. I can attest to that. Yep.
So ... men ain't jacking that shit when they realize y'all some real deal hyenas out here. When I tell you the rule number 2 is this: do not listen to what that joint tells you. Pay attention to what that joint pays attention to.
Yeah.
Watch what she responds to, and that tells you exactly what's coming down the line. Across the board.
So I'm not sure, but I don't think either of these people are married or have been. Allegedly, because I'm not
an asshole.
Okay. I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna go out a limb. I'm gonna go out a limb on that part, because when you compare it, and I'm only saying it because we remember this from yesterday. So she said, "Who's teaching this fantasy about Disney?" I know y'all love to use that, but when you look at the woman from yesterday, the single mother of a 3x2, who's saying that she wants the right to cuss out a 1-year-old and that it's okay, where's the fantasy there? Where's this fantasy at? Maybe that's what the hope is. But even the way that, so if the woman from yesterday grew up the way she did, and I grew up the way that I did, and I had Barbie, and I know Disney, and I watched all the Disney movies and did all that, I didn't have no fantasies about what a marriage is. No. I mean, I didn't know until I knew, but I didn't think it would be like, oh, one day till my prince comes. And I never thought that. I don't know that that's a thing that black people think. Me personally, I don't think that's what it is. Maybe white people. Black people don't. I don't think so. I'm gonna go out on a limb. So if they're sitting up here thinking that somebody is just going to take care of them for the rest of their lives, that I believe. I believe that they think that. Where that comes from, I don't know. I don't think that's being taught anywhere. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't know. I know you think that the Disney fantasy thing is a thing.
It is a thing.
When these people watching Disney, I watch Disney. Okay.
Okay. The brain is very malleable, right? So if you go back to what we're saying, then you intake the prince thing. You intake the princess behavior. It happens today on Halloween. They dress their kids up like princesses and princes, huh?
Yeah, because that's what the kids want. Trust me, my kids have had the same thing. Wanted the same thing.
It's because they fucking. Oh my god! Why is this so hard for people to comprehend? Okay, cool.
Don't cuss at me on my show. I will kick you the fuck off. Go ahead.
I said peep.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, fuck that. I'm back on your fucking heels now. It's back to you. It's so simple. You start breeding the idea of fantasy into reality. So now it sticks with them. That's why you have the brats. That's why you have this weird behavior coming along. It's in their brain that one day a white horse pulls up, and the white horse is gonna look like a white Bentley. And somebody's gonna jump out and just bag and take them all off of this fucking land of greatness. We're never ever giving them the work ethic that it is going to take to maintain that type of life.
So you're picking and choosing is what you're saying, or let me rephrase. They're picking and choosing is what you're saying, because what I've said before is that they've had strife before they got their happy ending. Does that make sense?
They had strife before they
every Disney princess has had an issue before they got to the end.
Right, exactly. Exactly. It's despair, right? They had their moments of despair. With the girl with the sandals, she had a bad stepmother. Her stepmother wasn't shit.
Yeah,
her stepsisters wasn't shit.
Cinderella.
Right. Mermaid. She had the octopus lady trying to murk her ass all the time. Right? There's always this evil entity. But remember, every evil entity was a woman.
So I more agree with what Nicole says. She said a lot of women are only told what to want from a man, but they're never actually seen a healthy relationship. I think that has more to do with it than this Disney fantasy shit. So if they don't see a healthy relationship, they have no idea how they're supposed to behave. So that girl from yesterday is acting how her mother was. She acting how, allegedly, she's probably acting how her mother, her auntie, her granny, like Kofa says, allegedly. But I don't see her sitting there, from what we saw, let me keep saying that, doing anything that leads to a Disney happy ending. All right, Grape Tea says two things can be true at the same time. I'll leave it.
Absolutely.
I'll leave it at that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Like I said, that's my thing. You know, Disney's my thing. So maybe
So you defended it for no reason.
I'm defending it because I don't believe it to be true, because I have common sense. Maybe that's what it is. And I know that this is not real. It is a cartoon from that perspective, first of all. Second of all, I know prince and princesses are not true. And I know, third of all, people don't get put in coffins and then people come and kiss them and they wake up. It's not real. It's not real. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You have the ability to comprehend the split, right?
But even as a child, I never saw, oh God. I mean, no, listen to me. I wanted a white wedding dress and have a wedding and all that. I absolutely wanted that for sure. But the one day my prince will come and I know all the songs. Okay. I didn't think that was real. I wanted it, I think, because like I've always said, everyone in my family was married. So that's the relationships that I saw, which is why I can see what Nicole is saying from her perspective. Does that make sense?
If you think I'm saying you're wrong, I am not saying that you're wrong.
I know. I'm just talking about me. I'm talking about me and how I'm seeing it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So it's everybody's, like, you have your perspective on these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have my perspective, but I could also step back out of myself and look at something in a 360 and remove myself and remove my experience from it. And I can say that I could see how that works that way. That's what I'm saying.
I can do that, but I just feel like you're going to get more of the influence from the people that's around you, which is how that girl yesterday acts the way that she does. So if she got somebody saying to her, you can be a baby mom, it's not that big of a deal, then that's what she do. Right. If they sitting up there saying, girl, you need to cuss that baby out, then that's what they're going to do. Or if they say, the influence, remember, or you weren't there, but somebody played a video, I don't know who it was, where it was ARP. Actually, he plays another video and it says, stay away from families where everyone is a woman in it and no one is married. Nobody has a husband. No one's had a husband. He said, because clearly they don't know how to deal with a man and work with a man. And I'm like, I would agree with that. Everybody in the whole damn family. How many times do we see these kids that get taken down juvie hall, child, whatever? They get arrested and who shows up? Only their mamas, aunties, and granny. A lot of the time.
Let me back out of the Disney lane, right? Let me drive this in a different lane. What about the Tyler Perry movies that promote the psychosis of fuckery in relationships in the Black community?
And they love that. Love that. Right?
Yes, because it signifies to them the fuckery that they was taught already and told in school, and they bitch ass mothers and these fucking people that have been poisoning them for so long. So now you're looking at something that what they swear to God they could relate to.
Yes.
So they're drawing strings to things that really shouldn't even be drawn to.
I don't disagree with you. I don't understand all the love for Tyler Perry movies. 1 second it's we need positivity in movies, and then you go and you support. And listen, this is no offense against Tyler Perry.
No, offend him.
No, listen.
He needs to be offended.
No, I don't have nothing against him. But if y'all want to go and support that shit, and then 1 minute you're gonna be mad about it, and the next minute you're gonna support it every single time, and then complain about it, that's half damn crazy to me. You're not thinking. You're not using your damn brain
to their own detriment.
Exactly. You're supporting something that's negative stereotype, and then you'll be the first person talking about a negative stereotype, and you're making this man is a billionaire. You think white people made Tyler Perry a billionaire? They didn't. It was all Black people, Black women, mostly.
In the end, I think Blacks made him a millionaire, but whites definitely sent him to the billionaire stratosphere.
All right, maybe. I just think that it's mostly Black women that supported that mess and then complained about it at the same time.
But it's on purpose, though.
And he's still I don't know what he's done lately. I just remember that last movie with Taraji, which as I'm watching it, I'm like, what the hell is this? This is so stupid. And then
lately, he found us some white dude.
Nobody got a problem with that part, though. No one has a problem with that part. But let it be one of y'all sassy straights, okay? It's gonna be a
isn't that the most craziest thing ever? You sit here and listen to a homosexual Black man bring these things out, put them in film, and you jacking that shit, but you look at a straight man that will sit here and defend you for real, and talk to you and tell you the real deal. Nah. Because Tyler Perry presents the same thing that your mother presented, that your granny presented. Because you know what? Y'all are fucking sick in the fucking mind.
Remember, we're supposed to watch our language today, okay?
Correct. Y'all